So some time ago, I got a message from somebody here on YouTube after watching my unconditional love video, and I didn't actually reply to that person because I didn't really feel like I had all that much to offer on the subject. But just to give you the gist, the dynamics of it, is that he's come into a lot of money. And he's got a girlfriend, and marriage is on the cards, basically. And his question was about a prenuptial agreement. And obviously I've got to do the obligatory, the obligatory warning at this point in time, which is, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know a damn thing about marriage law, and all the laws are different from place to place anyway. So if that is something that you want to look into, by all means seek some local legal advice on that one. But I don't think what he was asking me specifically was about the legal side of things so much as how it related to the idea of unconditional love, which I was talking about in that other video. And to be really honest, from a personal perspective, it does seem a tad ominous that you're entering this next phase of the relationship with a contingency plan on what will happen, on how to get out of it if it doesn't work out. And maybe that's just me, maybe I'm just projecting here, but I kind of feel like that's a really sucky way to go into a relationship, sort of planning on it to fail. And I guess that the conclusion I came to was that there's an inherent vulnerability in all the relationships that we involve ourselves in, romantic or otherwise. And I think it's sort of, in a lot of ways, it's better to enter a relationship with this expectation that it will come together. You've just got to have that faith, and you just got to trust and have faith. And I think for me, the thing that I've been pondering lately is, I think sometimes we sort of judge our actions in a way that's sort of dependent on the outcome. Like, if, for example, and this is the example I use because this is the example that's in my life, quite frankly. And that's the whole idea of unrequited love, and sort of just admitting to somebody that you have these feelings for them, and if they don't have them back, then they don't have them back. That's just the way things roll sometimes. And I think there's a great temptation to sort of berate ourselves for putting ourselves out there. It's like, God, why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. I should have just bit my tongue. And I think that really, there's a lot of courage in that. There's a lot of, truth and in that act. And I don't think, the relationship not coming together diminishes that. I think, it's something we've got to do every day. We've always got to put ourselves out there and be authentic and courageous. And again, I'm coming back to my own personal experience here, but for a long time it was this great sense of why the hell did I do that? I should have just kept it myself and lived with that. But I don't think that would have been very healthy for me, and I don't think, if you're not growing, you're dying, basically. And at some point you've just got to go down the proverbial rabbit hole and see where you end up. And sometimes, you know, it's not going to end up where you want it to. And if you've got sadness, if you've got disappointment, I think you've got to find a way of really acknowledging that, but also doing that in a way which hopefully you've cultivated enough maturity not to vilify the other person, to come with it with an understanding that human relationships are extraordinarily complex and nuanced. And maybe even with an even more fundamental understanding that you can't, you know, you don't really have a lot of control over who you fall in love with. So I think really, you know, you just, if I have any advice for that particular gentleman, it's just, you know, have faith and make sure you're ready for that commitment. And, you know, maybe if you're not ready for that commitment, just take it slowly for a while. Because I don't know, certainly you can get divorced. It's kind of popular these days. But I don't know, I just think, you know, we should be taking that kind of commitment a little bit more seriously. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't get divorced, because there are obviously situations in which it's a very, very good idea, but certainly, you know, coming at it from this perspective, I think you've got to get back to basics and just affirm for yourself and for the relationship that you do love each other, that you do trust each other, and that you're really both serious about seeing this through. So I don't know if that helps any, but hopefully it does. Thanks for watching.